No Becks, please. We're British. Welcome, everybody, to episode 6 of the Lager Logs Points of View with Tom and Stu. I'm Tom, he's Stu. Say hello, Stu.
Hello. What happened there?
I was just, it just takes a lot out of me doing that opening line. We should probably shorten that
You were
a bit.
getting choked up. That was like an acceptance speech.
It was a little bit, yeah. You love me, you really love me. Stu, we're officially half a dozen in, my man. Feeling ecstatic.
We could just finish this at 6 minutes. It's fine.
You had enough already?
I'll tweet. I'll tell you what I think in the post.
Tweet the episode out.
Exactly. I'll tell you what I think of Doombar on a postcard.
Haven't you got some kind of character amount you have to work by on Twitter? I mean, really, you're gonna use a lot of characters for these special beers we have tonight. I think personally, whether it's good or bad, you can have a lot to say.
For the plethora of words we use on this podcast, the past 5 episodes.
It's like a thesaurus.
Better. That's all right. I'm pretty sure there's enough characters on Twitter to hold all of those reactions.
Not if you type on wingdings.
No, not wingdings. Emojis. That's what the kids cry them nowadays.
That's what they do these days. Okay. So, well, basically the egg puns. I'm leading towards asking you, do you want to go egging after the show? I mean, it's Friday night. Some of those double yokers my nan used to cook me for breakfast. I like them. They're big. I'll give her a bell. She'll whiz down on the ring and ride midnight service. Drive by on a Friday night. Count
you
me
will not
in.
have
your response.
No, you will not have your gran come out in this weather.
She loves bringing me eggs. She doesn't mind. It's she needs a few new hobbies. I was gonna say in terms of our episode count, it's all downhill from here, but I think we've been on a vertical drop since the opening show. To be honest, there's literally no hill left to submerge through. Are we mole people or are we just dead? It's something to mull over. It really is. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If it's your first time, the setup is thus: we crack open a few beers. Our brain boxes light up, some gears, some cogs start to whirl around, and then we try our hardest to put our feelings into some kind of noise that then drips out of our mouth. Then we both comment on each other's drippage and even score them after the show. It's like show and tell in the waiting room at your local sexual health clinic.
We normally just click our tongues.
We try. We'll be speaking in tongues after these brewskis, man. So welcome, newbies. Thank you for joining. And also thank you if you've been here since the beginning. We appreciate it. How has your week been, young Stuart? Fill me in like Craig David.
It's been not bad.
Yeah?
Working, just out in the van, driving around, stopping at every Lidl's and Home Bargains, looking for beer that doesn't exist. What do you mean Boddington's only comes in packs of 4?
You don't want 4 cans. 1 is enough.
What if I don't like it?
I love how it's become just the main purpose of our weeks before the show. It's just beer hunting. I wouldn't want it any other way. Mine's been fine. Thanks for asking. I had I had builders in this week hooking up some new windows for us. As if you live in the UK, you're well aware our 3 days of summer have come and gone, and now it's officially monsoon season. So, yeah, can't be getting rained on in the actual flat. That's no fun. So there's been a lot more banging in my bathroom and kitchen than usual. But builders, they're last of a dying breed. The only people, along with your 80-year-old grandmother, that still have ringtones. Is that Kick? I think that's Kick. I can hear it to the wall.
Tom.
Yes.
Tom, I don't know about you, but I'm getting thirsty here.
Okay. Listen, Monsieur Sutherland. It's been a long week.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready for a beer. I can tell. Let's do it. First beer. So same as last week, I thought we'd go for the lighter option first and then work our way up in percentage. Very mathematical, very technical. Stu, no spoilers, but I dig both these brewskis quite a bit, but both are new for you, dude?
I've tried the Innis Gunn bourbon barrel Scotch ale before.
Oh, nice one, man.
Yes.
Nice one. Okay.
That was
You remember
sort of
it?
like, yeah, I remember it being awfully bitter, but that it was again just looking at the wall of random lagers and beers you get in Aldi's and going, hey, this one.
Bingo. Let's go for that one.
Cultured.
Yeah,
Let's go.
it's always a bit of spin of the wheel, isn't it, in there? But I think we've picked a good one this time around. I'm thinking that could be second. First up, let's go with Sharp's Doombar.
Sure.
Are you ready for it?
Yes.
I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it for the last 6 minutes and 17 seconds. If that actually lines up during editing, that will be extremely humorous.
Oh, thanks for that. The added pressure you've just given me.
Doing overtime in the editing suite tomorrow. The smell, oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful, nice and cold and
fragrant.
I can smell it from across the room. Just getting my glasses ready. Here we go. Here I come with the pour.
Yep. There we go.
Did you get 2 glasses tonight?
No. Is this a joke?
Dregs again for you.
Yes. Oh man, I've just noticed on the back of the bottle it's got like just the handy guide to this actual drink.
Yeah, man.
Mentioned what aroma we should be looking for, the taste, finish, serve, what we should be eating with it. Yeah, I never thought. Is it too late for us to go out and get some calamari?
I think we're a bit too early for Sunday roast, for sure. But yeah, we could probably track down some pork, to be honest, or some grilled whitefish. I'll go out to my farm now and catch it. Right, cheers, bud.
Yes. Cheers.
What do you reckon?
That's not bad. I'm not really getting any big flavour off it, but
yeah, it's not. I think as crisp or as flavoursome as some of the other bottled bitters or pale ale. But I think that leads it to be, as it says on the bottle, balanced and
balanced, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it's very, very drinkable, but really kind of smooth but very flavoursome, which I like. This definitely is without a shadow of a doubt. This is a best bitter, clocking in at a lovely 4.3%. So very much in the same league as Courage Best Bitter we covered last week.
Yeah.
It was first brewed, funnily enough, by Sharps, a Cornwall-based brewery in the mid-90s, named after a sandbar, which I thought was a place to get pissed on the beach, but it's some geology shit. It's now it's brewed by Coors since the early 2000s. Coors own a bunch of beers now. Amongst them, I didn't know until doing the research. They own Worthingtons, Caffrey's, Cobra. They also did, and dude, this brought back so many bad memories. Carling Zest. Do you remember that shit?
No.
No.
Go on then.
It's like how can we make Carling even worse? Add some vitamin C. That'll do. Nope, I'll stick to my pint of Sunny D and petrol. Thank you. But yeah, that was not the best. But I always get a bit weirded out when breweries decide to add like a little bit of fruit to beer and a little bit of a zing here and there. It's not for me, really. I mean, I think kind of some of your more lighter, summery beers probably do quite well, with a nice little kind of kick of something. But Carling was not one of them, unfortunately. There's a bunch of other beers in the Sharps family. There's Wolf Rock Red Ale, Atlantic Golden Ale, Sea Fury, which is really nice. That's their strong bitter. And not a massive draft presence, but their bottles tend to pop up everywhere. And Doombar itself is pretty much always a go-to cask ale for a lot of places. I haven't done my fly check-in with you this evening.
You noticed that, didn't you?
Well, I just
might have actually been on camera.
I was to check in with you and how you doing.
Yeah, they're still fucking here.
Season in the Sutherland household.
Pain in my ass, which The fact that we've
Talked
mentioned
about
this on
that.
several episodes. I mean, I've lived with these little cunts for weeks now.
It's
But
like a episodic drama. I like it. We get
I know by the
cliffhangers
second
every
season,
week.
they better be fucking dead.
You need a new storyline in your life, clearly.
But
Uh,
I do have little makeshift traps for them. I'll have to show you.
oh man, I can't
I
wait for
dramatically
this.
walk off camera,
That was very dramatic. Yeah, I was gonna say.
slide back into your DMs. With this,
What is going on here?
that is a
Is
fly
that a
trap.
rubber Johnny?
No, if it works, I'll use it. But yes, I do have some fly tape wrapped around a tin of orange pale ale.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to describe this to people because
So
it's an
the
audio
audio-
experience.
exactly, I only done it an hour ago, and I have 7 fruit flies on it.
In there already.
Yeah,
What bait did you use?
just the sour beer.
Wow, they must they must love it. That's their
Contest-
one
not
weakness.
sure.
Sour beer.
Exactly. Should we use this as a segue into this week in beer?
I don't know what a segue is, Stu. If you could explain to me what a segue is, and I might be able to use one. So if you want, I mean, that's your thing. That's.
It's like a hoverboard, but it takes less batteries.
Is that another segue? The actual machine
Yeah.
transport vehicle joke again. That's 2 weeks in a row. This is not. It's not good. We're gonna
Yep.
lose all 3 listeners.
They're coming to expect that of us.
So. So how about
Let's
next
listen
up?
to these ditties.
Next up, a fan favorite segment. Officially, we did a poll. Previous ales view. That still needs a lot of work.
you try every week. You try, and I appreciate it, Tom. But good God,
Stu, how was your 7 days in Brewskis? Lay it
Well,
on me, brother. Are you still messing around with that fly trap?
I'm
Put the
enamored by
trap
it.
down. Let's
I've-
talk some
I'm
beer,
fucking
big
stuck
guy.
to it now. It's on the side of my face. That's it. I too was tempted by the stale beer.
We'll be taking your beard off next one. You don't want that, honestly.
I've only had
That's not my
one.
book.
I have been very well behaved, although I have been eyeing up beer several times this week, just never getting around to drinking it. But I did grab. It's like a Lidl's Own.
Oh, another one of them bad boys.
Yeah,
Was it Little
aye.
Zone or Aldi Zone you had a couple of weeks ago?
Last Aldi's Own
Mm.
last time.
Mm.
This time it was just the plunged orange pale ale, and there was a bit of a letdown actually.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to know about this because, as I say, I'm always a bit skeptical adding fruit to beer. It's really got to be a certain type of beer. I think that kind of works well with it. But what are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the matter?
I feel it was maybe like a lesser man's Clockwork Tangerine, right, from
Isn't that a
Brewdog.
film?
Close.
That's
Yeah,
the one that's the one with the guys in the flat caps and the black suits, and they go around giving flowers to people.
yeah, complete opposite of that. But,
That sounds like a good film. I'm like, what's that then?
so aye. So yes, it's just kind of like a pale ale, bitter taste. Kind of you get that slight orange aftertaste.
That kind of Fanta vibe.
So would have been better.
More like a lager then, was it? More kind of...
No, it was definitely just kind of like a bitter.
Mm,
But it's just after they kind of just missing that kick.
something there.
Kind
So it
of
wasn't
like-
very
it wasn't-
strong.
it wasn't
the orange
crisp.
taste.
No,
Yeah.
6% volume, but
Really? That's nice.
Yeah.
At the can, you said?
aye.
Yeah, it's strange because I think normally your canned beers are a lot closer to obviously what you get on draft.
Mhm.
So I think that will be kind of the best version of the beer you can get to kind of have that fizzy, heady, lovely, exciting experience, at the best type because you have obviously the cans with the little, little wobbly thing in it. I like that when you hear it and you can shake it. It's cool. It's like maracas but alcoholic. I like that. Oh,
Back to the show. Hello.
Where is it? Where am I?
So-
What year is it?
The last note on this plunged orange pale ale is another food pairing. Maybe the reason I didn't enjoy it because I was not having it with my hoisin duck pancakes.
How specific can you get, really?
I know,
mean,
it's like,
you know.
all right, I know it's a little craft beer, but don't make me look that pretentious. Fuck's sake.
They're making it easy for us here, dude, with all these hookups with the food pairings.
Aye.
We should just pretend we didn't see that thing on the back, and we should have just pretended like, yes, I did have this once with battered seafood, like calamari. I mean, I did have calamari, and it was a superb pairing.
Like actuality, fish supper.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I would be intrigued to try that myself. As I say, not a big fan of fruit brewskis, but always like to have a go on something. And especially, as we said, obviously the Aldi and Lidl, their own beers are pretty decent quality. They seem to be. So I think it's worth hitting up and giving it a go. Quite cheap, was it?
Yeah, oh fuck, what was it? £1.50 maybe. It kind of seems to be like the standard.
Yeah.
I need something better, like a bottle. If I'm going over like £2 paying for something, it needs to be something that I could trust.
Yeah, or some free calamari with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's it. If there's like a meal deal with pancakes, I don't care if it's got duck in it.
I love the meal deal that you get. I don't know whether you still get it, but it's like the hoisin duck wrap in the meal deal. They still do that because that was amazing. It was like a triple one. I don't know whether the triple one was in the meal deal, whether it was double in the meal deal and triple you had to pay for separately from the meal deal. But I really liked it. I had a great time with that.
So for the sounds of it, like you've had a couple of beers this week for the looks of it, Tom. For the sounds of it,
I did. I stretched my legs a tad on the weekend with a red ale. And that was in the form of Tiny Rebels, Quatch or Sea Wetch or Quoth. I don't know. Not great. Tasted like fizzy water to me. And at more than $5 a can, that's a thumbs down from this guy. I mean, I know you get it in a bar. It's going to be more expensive. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, more than a $5. I think it's $5.10, $5.20.
It should be a pint.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to support these, craft beer places, but again, if there's not a draft presence and you got to buy a can or a bottle in a bar, you're going to pay out the ass. It's just standard procedure.
What was it supposed to be again?
It was a red ale, which again, I've never had a red ale before in the past. So again, I don't know whether I'm getting that full experience. I highly doubt it because I got nothing from it in terms of taste. So yeah, it's a big shame, really big shame. But again, I mean, it's a kind of local brewery and a fairly new craft brew. So you want to kind of support them and see what they've got. But yeah, well, I'm not against trying other things they've got in their range. But yeah, that was a no-go from me. The hunt for a good red ale or a red ale that actually tastes like beer lives on. Hope was not lost, though, as I tucked into Sam Smith's, no, not the man who holds the title for worst Bond song of all time, a different Sam Smith's Pale Ale. And it was beautiful in the bottle. A strong bitter, smooth but malty, very satisfying. I will be looking into investigating more of their range. And it's organic, so if that makes you feel any better about your life in some way, dive in. They've got a fairly big range from what I've seen on the website. So yeah, I'll be looking to kind of jump on a few bits and pieces in their catalogue. Thought I'd get a bit exotic after that and try a foreign stout, and that came in the form of Dragon Stout, which I've seen about quite a bit, but I never had a go on.
Right,
it's a Jamaican number.
Ah,
it's really good. It's a bit more syrupy and smoother than a lot of the other extra or foreign stouts I've tried. And I mean, it's 7.5%, but it goes down very easy. It goes down very easy. I'll tell you that, dude.
I'll still to fucking bite the bullet and try a stout.
Buddy, next episode it's on. We've got to do it. That's it. You said it now. We
I
gotta do it.
know. I've got my Cool Brewing's or no Cool Brewery's full spectrum stouts, and
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to have a go
even
on
when he
that.
was selling it to me, he was like, "You sure?" Because when he said it's a stout, I was like, "Oh fuck, I've not been brave enough to like dabble with that shit yet."
Yeah,
That's like,
dude.
it's like, oh, smoke a little bit of weed. Aye, what about heroin though? Like that's the jump it felt like. I'm
Oh
like,
no, yeah. It's a gateway drug. You were getting
yeah,
onto
it's.
mild then and
I mean,
strong ales and God, you don't want to do that. Have you ever had Guinness?
well, that's it. That's what it technically is. Like,
Have you had one before?
yeah, I think there was some what was it, St. Patrick's Day, something stupid. I was like, that'll do. Crack
Yeah.
open a tin, got halfway through it, thought, no thanks. But
It's an acquired taste. Yeah,
yeah,
it definitely is. But I think there's Guinness is kind of quite. It's in the middle. It's not very strong. It's not very weak. It's just nice and smooth. It's kind of a nice even taste to it. But there are kind of more kind of tastier stouts like Murphy's that kind of have got a bit more flavor to them. And then there's also ones that are, the extra or the foreign stouts, as I was mentioning, that are a lot more kind of stronger. And Guinness extra is yeah, it's really kind of flavorsome, but really strong. But well, I don't know why I'm pointing
dragon.
over here. I'm pointing at the dragon, but the dragon is not here. There's an elephant in the room, but definitely not a dragon.
Oh,
Yeah, the
kicked in.
dragon, the pink elephant in the room. Yeah, the dragon stout was a lot more sweeter and kind of syrupy and smoother compared to the Guinness extra, the
Right.
Nigerian Guinness. So we had a good time with it. And I finished the week with a little find. It labels itself as a golden ale, Brackspear. Never heard of it until I bought it. It's fine, kind of zesty, metallic finish to it, drinkable, but wouldn't break out on a first date,
Yeah.
Um,
When you described it to me, it made me think whole garden, but
mm,
just when you said metallic, that's
yeah.
kind of makes me think back to that. But
Did you start sweating and get the shakes and just have
I
a
just,
breakdown on the
I
spot
just
thinking
thought there
about it?
was a spontaneous barbecue kicking off somewhere. It's like
That
I
was
smell
so
chorizo.
that was, that was so weird because we both had, I suppose, quite different experiences with it. And then it was like you said, "I'm getting this," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting that." And then I say, "Yeah, I'm getting this," and you were like, "Yeah, a little bit." I was like,
We were
"How
sending
many?"
messages to each other through beer.
Yeah, how many flavors can one beer have, but also at the same time be terrible?
It's like
It's mind blowing. It's
fucking cracked
mind
the lid on
blowing.
a garden party. What's going on?
Oh man, so strange. But that, my friend, was my very exciting week. So, mate, thoughts on the beverage to
I've
sum up?
I've
How do you,
sank it.
mate, smash that? Well
It
done.
was
How do you
at
think it compares to Courage's best bitter from last week?
far smoother.
Mm.
There there's like no effort in putting it back at all.
Mm.
I to
Smooth, man,
to
smooth.
be honest, I've missed out on the Moorish because I never really savoured it. I seem to have sunk it. But
That's why it's Moorish because you want another bottle as soon as you've
yeah,
destroyed that first one. But have you tried any others in the Doom Bar range? I forgot to mention or forgot to ask you.
no, nah, because I remember you mentioning Sharp's Brewery before with was that the Antarctic?
Yeah, the American Pale Ale they did. Yeah, yeah. So
Aye,
they've got a good range. And really, as I was saying, they've always got bottles in kind of any pub really going to. There's
yeah.
always a big bottle presence there. So yeah, they kind of cater to a lot of different tastes. But yeah, fairly kind of new brewski company and worth supporting, I would say for sure.
But no, definitely it was quite nice for an amber ale.
Mm.
It was nice and light, easy to drink. I would definitely say this is a kind of like one of these dangerous ones where I'll have another. Aye, why not? These are going down smooth
That
enough.
I'll have
Like,
another. That would make a good song. I would think. I think I might write something like that What do you reckon?
Here's
There will be good
some
lyrics
English
with
guys beating you
songs.
to it.
No.
Some ginger
Really?
guy.
Talking about Carrot Top. I thought he was American. Was he
Wild
American?
at heart.
That
Anyway.
was dreadful.
Moving on.
That was dreadful.
How are you doing?
Like it though.
Yeah.
I need to down it and obviously just get hammered and spoil the rest of the show. Clearly.
As he does every week. Oh, he never spat the beer out. I was
held it in. I never waste good brewski. I'll tell you that.
Just about came out the nose.
Just about. So mate, yeah, let's jump onto the second beer of the evening. We have Innis Gunn's original bourbon barrel Scotch ale.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is I really like this one. This is a very nice brewski. I'm gonna crack it open. What are you looking for, big guy?
The bottle opener.
Oh, good call.
I was trying to be a bit more subtle, but you clearly noticed.
I'm watching you, you bugger.
My little cool brewing co. Bottle
Shout out.
Being very useful.
What does it do? It like opens like bowls and stuff. Like...
Aye, and you could wear it like a badge. You could like stick it on your parents' school bag, and you could wear it to school. And
he's gonna have that on his denim jacket. There's actually what the hell is that?
Something happened.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There's a discovery. He's found a golden ticket.
Have you got a microscope on you? I think that's just lint, so I'm gonna disregard that was in my beverage and just continue on, plow on like the legend I am. Right, have you poured that bad boy out?
Pouring it now.
What a legend. Also. Oh man, that smell, it's like...
Oh, it's far darker, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting like those kind of bourbon-y whiskey.
Yeah, that's
sense to it.
Dark. That's kind of like if you've pissed like that in the morning, it's like, yep, I need more water.
I love that. I always love that pre-cup of tea piss after you've been on the beer the night before. Mm-hmm. It's always like, I'm that healthy. Wow, fantastic. I have to send that to the doctor. You know, they're always asking for samples.
Maybe I should lay off the Barocca. This is glow in the dark type of stuff here.
So yeah, we well, do you want to have a sip of it first before I get into it? That would make sense, to be honest. Cheers, mate.
Waiting for the head to settle on this one, but let's go for it. There's that bear taste.
Ooh. Wow. It's almost got like almost kind of dandelion and burdocky kind of vibe. What do you reckon? Yeah? No?
I don't normally partake in dandelion and birds. I'm sorry, Tom. Is this another drink, or you just been out fucking eating the fields?
Is that an English thing? It might be. Might be an English
might
thing.
Be.
Apologies. Listeners, write in. English listeners, write into us.
What do you do to dandelions?
Don't you do that thing? He loves me. He loves me not.
Then you just eat the fucking thing.
Then you just eat it, and then you just piss the bed. Apparently, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm very much in the dark about what we're doing, where I am, and should I call my mom? Do I need help? I think I need help. I think I probably need some help. Mom!
For weeks. So
we have burps away from the mic.
Sorry, I'll slow down in my drink consumption. This is actually quite tasty.
You enjoying that, bud?
That's actually not too bad. It's kind of the right amount of bitter.
2 beers tonight that Stuart Sutherland likes. I'm blown away.
I feel like it's kind of a good comparison because the Doom Bar was light, smooth, take big glugs, no bitter aftertaste. But this one, it's got more of a kick.
Yeah, I mean, it says. I mean, it says it's a Scotch ale, but to me, if you look at it, it just looks like an amber ale itself. You know what I mean? In comparison to the Doom Bar, it's a bit more cloudier,
far darker, buddy.
Yeah,
kind of just lighten, but
Maybe that's just because I haven't washed my glasses properly. It's that Birmingham hard water for you. So we have a Scotch ale or wee heavy here, and I've been practicing that.
Wait, I thought you were in the room. Jesus. He just strolled in for the Highlands.
Who would I be? Who would I be in your room though? Which family member? I don't understand. Like, would I be one of your kids or something?
Oh,
like,
distant cousin. Where the? Never say "Hey, Daddy" again.
Not even in the Scottish accent. Is that not good?
Not at all.
Yeah. So it's the Scotch ale is a beer variety that's very similar to an English strong ale. It's like me and Stu. They're pretty much brethrens, similar strengths, similar overall construction. Scotch ales, yes, Scots ales. Scotch ales just tend to be a tad more sweeter on the whole. And this sucker stands at 6.6% and is the premier producer of Innis Gunn, a Perth-based brewery that was initially founded in Edinburgh. And definitely new kids on the block. They've only been producing beer for around 15 years, but have won a lot of brewing awards for their output, which they utilize, as it says, a barrel aging process for. So much like whiskey, which gives it a unique flavor. I've tried their red beer, another strong ale, which I remember liking a lot, and they also produce a lager, which isn't as easy to come by locally for some reason. But you said you've seen it on your end, though, bud.
The green one, the green label.
Yeah,
you can get like.
Can I get it for love nor money for some reason?
I feel like Lidl's and Aldi. I think actually have maybe 2 or 3 varieties of Innis Gunn, but Lidl's will have your barrel aged, your Scotch ale, and then it'll be 4 packs of like your dark green, guess your maybe standard lager.
Okay, yeah.
But
which is crazy because for some reason over here it's just not something that I can track down that easily. As I say, the red beer is some of the red beer and this bad boy that are quite easy to obtain. But I think I would be very tempted to try the rest in their range because I've never been disappointed by any of their stuff.
I actually tried this randomly on a works night out.
Okay.
When I had a job in education.
Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for the children.
Edinburgh for our like works night out, and I remember them just coming over taking drinks order, and I was like, "Hey, a bottle of Budweiser." So, "Oh no, we don't do that." I was like, "Well, a beer then." And she was like, "What kind?" I was like, "Any beer." And she told me to like walk over to the counter and just kind of look over at the fridge and point one out. And the woman was like, "Innis Gunn." I was like, "Aye, sure. Is it beer?" "Aye, fine. That'll do." And I remember getting back and they brought the bottle over, handed it down, and my boss at the time called across the table, like, "Sure, you drink Innis Gunn?" "I drink beer." I think he almost mistaken me for like being partially cultured. "Oh, look at him, Innis Gunn."
Why would she do something like that? She's clearly got the wrong guy.
So I would just immediately just shut down any expectation that they had of me. End of story.
I think that's always the best thing to do. Get out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Especially at like a workplace or in a new relationship. Just do it as soon as possible. Just lower it. Just get them expectations just all the way to the floor. That's what I think. So while we chug these down, Stu, you've got a topic for us, a little conversation piece for our second half of the show this evening. Lay it on me, man. Let me know. What is it? What's going on?
Fuck it. I just thought I'd drink some shit. Provide some content myself this week.
Could you provide some context?
Yeah. The audience listening are begging for some context right now. When I was out hunting for beer this week, surprise, surprise, I ended up in Morrison's looking for that single tin of Buddingtons that did not appear. And I came across a bottle, I think it was Eagles Brewery, and it was banana bread beer. And I kind of stopped in my tracks thinking, what the? they'll make a fucking beer out of anything. And a question to you, Tom, is
What?
yeah, question time. That's it. Start firing up that grey matter. What bit of home baking would you like turned into a beer?
That's a very good question. And I wanted to say beforehand that I have tried that very same beer that you had. Yeah, that was a very odd what. I mean,
like what? I don't believe you.
Oh, okay. Is that what you were? It sounded like it's like a language or like a different language or like a foreign kind of impression or something. I don't know what it was, but I just enjoyed it. I was asking you what the origin of that was because I don't know. Yeah, I have tried it, and I remember liking it quite a bit. Yeah, it was interesting because I think fruit beer and the like, and like chocolate beer is such a strange concept. I think different fruity ciders make more sense. You know, it feels more organic
territory
to that world of beverages. Yeah.
Mhm.
But beers, it just never really appeals to me. I mean, but I think if it's more on the bready kind of cakey side of things, as in
that's it. Aye.
it's a perfect idea. You know, it makes sense. I mean, you got the malt and you got the kind of bready aspect kind of together.
Aye, totally
makes sense. So, but no, I think my favorite thing in terms of my favorite cake of all time is a Spider-Man cake my mom made me when I was a kid for my birthday one year, with red frosting and black licorice webbing on the face. Shout out Helen Connolly, formerly Helen Kent. Exceptional. If I could somehow transport that into the complex and delicious world of the Belgian ale, I think the world would be a better place. So my vote or my answer to your question would be birthday cake, Belgian ale. Take some time to mull it over. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Just sit on it a little bit. Just, what do you think?
This boy's wanting childhood memories turned into beer.
Is that a tall order? Is that too much to ask for? I mean, I had some runners up. If you wanted to hear them,
I was going to take a few taste tests.
Like I'm on Dragon's Den. Are you gonna back this project or not? Are you gonna give me, are you gonna finance this or not? What?
I reckon, will you cry if I say no?
I might do. Yeah. I think I will.
Well, let's just do it then. We're good.
Okay, that's good. But I mean, if you don't dig that, I've got some follow-up ideas. I've got shortbread stout.
Oh.
Spotted dick.
My Scottishness tingled.
What about cheesecake cream ale?
Fucking get out. Get out.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What were your thoughts on the matter?
Oh, I reckon.
What were you gonna go for in terms of bacon transformed into brewskis?
Part of me was like, oh, you could kind of go down the route of maybe Rocky Road. But I feel like that's probably
chocolate aspect.
That's
about chocolate
probably
aspect.
leading into like stout territory, because I see it in stores a lot, where it's like sort of like a dark chocolate stout, and I guess that's the kind of territory you would go into when it's like stout. Always seems to be kind of like coffees or chocolates.
Yeah, your stouts kind of going into your like porter territory with like your more kind of fruits and your more kind of chocolate kind of area. Yeah, so, man, that would be a good
Rocky
blend.
Road, I think you get your marshmallow, your chocolate, raisin. So you're kind of getting like some acidic taste, sweet taste. But then like my mind spiraled off, and I was like, oh, what if they've found a way to turn the Lidl's ultimate chocolate brownie into a beer?
I'm glad that you've found time to think about this. Like, I'm glad that your life isn't that rushed. You have time to think about this. Then
I'm thinking, wait a second. Ultimate chocolate brownie. What about peanut butter cup?
Like, he's talking with his hands now. You know it's getting serious.
So I'm pointing to the ceiling because I could see it. My aspirations are high above me.
I'm looking at the dragon stout over there.
There's no way I could reach that tube of prawn cocktail Pringles that's been up there for 3 months. That might be where all the fruit flies are coming from.
That's gonna stink, dude.
There's the origin story.
Please remove that for the next episode. I would appreciate that, to be honest. I think there's some good ideas. I think as much as I love peanut butter, chocolate combinations.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, in terms of beer, I just don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think if you're going to go towards the more stout porter area, it could be an interesting blend. But yeah, as I say, I'm not a massive fan. The kind of concept kind of befuddles me, if that's a word, slightly. But I would be open to that interpretation. I would buy that, Stu, is what I'm saying. I'm buying what you're selling. I'm picking up what you're putting down, is what I'm trying to say to you.
Fair enough. Now, looking at our little clock on Skype, we're hitting like the 42-minute mark.
Yeah.
Kind of getting to that area where it's, let's like just wind it in and stop talking about our aspirations of peanut butter cup beverages that will not exist. But
I will talk about it a bit more. But if you're done with the subject, that's your thing. That's your prerogative.
Pardon me, I have the hiccups.
Didn't you have something else to ask us?
I think we've run out of time.
Is that what it is?
I'm going to just put on a cliffhanger and save that for next week.
You had nothing else for us, no? You're spent. Technically spent is what you're trying to tell me.
I've shooted my shots and we're spent.
Okay. Okay, so, officially spent, guys.
Guess what? I guess we need to try stout next week because we've mentioned it several times.
I think that would be a very good call, buddy. Very good call.
Journey through beer continues, and it's going to get dark and chocolatey.
It's gonna get dark for sure. It always gets dark. So Stu, we'll just sum up then. What are your thoughts on this localish brew?
It isn't half bad. It's like, I remember really being put off by the bitterness on my first time trying it. But I feel over the last 5 to 6 weeks of doing this podcast, trying these.
Is that how long it's been? It felt longer. It's felt longer. I'm being honest with people. Being honest with you and being honest with the audience, it's felt longer.
I thought you were a good guy, but it's the last few minutes.
A lot of people made that mistake. A lot of people have made that mistake in the past, yeah. But you dig it though, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's good, man. No, I'm really happy to hear because, for me, you're coming back to it and kind of like seeing for the first time, really kind of pouring it out. I've had it in the bottle before, but never really kind of poured it out and have a look at it. The taste kind of profile is a lot more like a strong bitter with that kind of whiskey kind of twinge to it. It's not as, because the thing is, I've had Scotch ales that I've had in the past always tend to be a bit more darker and a bit sweeter, and this one for me just feels like a real kind of I'd say strong bitter with a bit of a kick to it and a bit of a kind of a very individual taste profile. So recommended both these brewskis this week. Totally. I think they're both really good, and I would be interested to try Doom Bar out the can because I've seen that in the shops and I've never picked it up, and I think that would be more closer to the draft experience. Having a go on that, so maybe next weekend. Exciting times ahead in the world of me. Okay, it's that time of the show once again where I try and completely fail to make a clean getaway. Stu is always outside with the engine running like the masterful getaway driver he is. I'm still inside the podcast bank, pistol whipping a security guard who got tough, or explaining to a beautiful bank clerk senorita about what I'm going to do with the money. I don't know why you keep inviting me along on these bank jobs, big guy. I have no idea. Before we go, social media. Stu, what the absolute shit is going on over there?
Well, the people are liking us and tagging us. And
no way.
Leaving us comments, sending us pictures. Crazy. And it's not like they're dicks.
Why not? That's what I want.
No, you don't need to look at them.
What is Stu, for the people who don't know? Explain what I'm about to say what Stuart media is, what social media is, and why do we have it? Why is it important in 2020?
It's just the tangled web we weave. So many of us are in it.
I like that. I like
big
that.
Part of the culture. If you want to follow us on social media, you can on Twitter and Instagram at the Lager Logs. You'll see what pictures of beers we're drinking, what random nonsense we're tweeting on Twitter. On Friday, I will do the old follow back Friday, tag you all in a post, and hell, even Robinson's Brewery liked us this week.
Oh, wow. Is that what happens on a Friday? That sounds fantastic. Robinson's Brewery, the brewery behind Trooper Beer, Stuart.
Yes, they acknowledged us this week.
Amazing. So I'm guessing that's Bruce himself. I know for certain it's Bruce himself. I can feel it. Yeah, everybody hook that up. If you're gonna, waste your valuable, precious time on this earth on an eternal countdown towards your guaranteed death, why not waste it on Instagram or Twitter? That's what I say. But thanks for joining us once again, Wheat Ale well wishers. We'll catch you next week. Sayonara. Say goodbye, cheers. Say goodbye.
I'm here. I'm talking over you. Cheers.
You said cheers, but maybe just say.
I'm going to keep talking over you. You could keep talking over me.
Some variant of goodbye.
We've drank beer.
I think that was somehow the worst sign off yet. I mean,
I've enjoyed it. Bye-bye.